Hi, I'm Lorenzo. Today we're going to be doing a wardrobe audit. This is not a declutter video, but I do think it's something that's helpful to do before you declutter. I have been keeping a list virtually of all the things that I own in terms of my wardrobe. I don't know how accurate it is anymore. I've gone through some declutters. I've added some pieces. I think I've added everything that I have acquired this year because it hasn't been that many things. But I just don't think it's very accurate anymore. So I am going to go through all of my wardrobe, all of it. So even the stuff that's packed away for like winter and fall. And I'm just gonna make sure that I have everything accurate in my digital wardrobe. And then I also want to categorize them in things that I wear often and then things I don't wear often. For the pieces I don't know so much, I also want to try them on. I might try them on maybe tomorrow after I make sure everything's categorized. So yeah, sharing with you my whole wardrobe. And then I think I will use all of this info to probably do a declutter at some point. So I'm gonna go through everything. I'm not gonna talk about the items really. I will talk about everything afterwards once I have everything added up, and we'll go through all the items together.
So I started this process by just getting all of my tops together. So everything that I currently had out for summer weather, all the things I had stored for fall, and then finally getting like my much colder weather items out. As I was doing this process, I would find other items, so I just started stacking them into different piles of categories like sweaters, dresses, pants, all that good stuff. And once I had most things out in categories, I decided to go ahead and just start referencing my digital wardrobe, making sure I had every single piece accounted for. I did this by category. So first I went through all my tops that I could see, made sure that they were reflected in my digital wardrobe, and so on. Then I went to dresses, which was the last category I had, and just brought everything out so I could see it in front of me, and then made sure I had it reflected in the digital wardrobe.
Okay, so it is the next day. I have updated my digital wardrobe. So let's go through the whole wardrobe first, and then we'll talk about the pieces that I wear the most versus the ones I don't, and how that can inform a possible declutter. For my tops, this is all tops excluding like sweaters and jackets, things like that. So everything else is included in here. I have 52. Personally, that's too many tops, especially because I don't think I actually wear a lot of them. And I've just kind of held on to them for various reasons. Next, for my sweaters and outerwear, I've combined that into one section. I have 38 pieces. This I think is maybe a little too many, but it's only too many because I don't know that I wear like all of these. But because of where I live, most of the year I wear layers. So I wear a lot of these sweaters, I wear a lot of these jackets. I don't think 38 is like an insane amount for all of these things. I do think it's a little high, but to me it's not as weird as like having 52 tops. Then moving on to bottoms. So I've combined all pants, all skirts. And this category has 31 pieces. Again, I don't think that's like a super high number, but I do think I have a lot of extra pieces in here that I don't wear. But for the most part, I feel like I do wear my bottoms pretty consistently. Then moving on to dresses, I have 23 dresses, and I do think a lot of these I don't wear. So that's probably gonna need a declutter. The thing with dresses is so many of them are like occasion wear pieces, or I'm dressing up. And I don't have a ton of those occasions, but like when I do, I like to have a little bit of variety. So I do think I will keep more dresses than maybe I wear often just to have that, but we will see. Moving on to pajamas and loungewear. These probably could have fit in the other categories like tops and bottoms and stuff, but I wear these specifically for PJ and lounge. So that's why they get their own category. I don't think I have a lot. Like 26 items total, I think is pretty good. Especially for how much I wear all of these. I think some of these I don't wear as often, but I also like having a little variety. So I think this category is honestly fine. Activewear, I have 35 pieces. This I also think is pretty fine given that I wear like 6 of these outfits a week. Also, depending on the weather, I'm going to be wearing shorts versus long leggings. Generally can wear the tops all year round. So I don't think this is huge, but there are some that I like prefer over others. So I'm contemplating maybe putting some away, and if I end up really needing those extra outfits, I'll pull them out. Shoes and bags, I have 40 total, and bags, I'm not counting like grocery bags in here, but every other bag. So like I have my carry-on suitcase, my backpack for travel, that kind of thing. Even my money pouch, which I generally just wear to go exercise and have my phone on me. And then even like my Camelback, which is a hiking backpack. I think my shoe category is pretty bad in terms of a lot of these shoes aren't comfortable enough for me to wear for daily use. So that's going to be something that's hard for me to figure out. I do think having the right shoe for the right occasion is important to me. It's just hard when none of them are comfortable. Like since when I started buying these shoes, I've really changed what I'm willing to tolerate in footwear, and that's very little. So definitely not a bunch of heels. Last category is like the rest of the accessories, so belts, hats, scarves, sunglasses. In this entire category, I have 29 pieces. I think that's fine. I don't think that's like, these are pretty small pieces and they make outfit variety. I don't know. Like I think having 29 belts, scarves, hats, sunglasses is like not a ton. So I think that's fine. There are some pieces in here that I don't wear as often, so I might like declutter a little bit, but again, we'll see. Yeah, so that's my current wardrobe as it stands. That's everything. And just some things that I've noticed, like in terms of like color palette, I think is what I'm really looking at, is I have a fair amount of whites and grays and navies. And then I have green, kind of pink and red, and then purple as my other color options. I don't find that I wear pink that much, but I feel like, as I wear a pink shirt, but like I feel like I have an over-representation of pink, especially in like my dresses. Don't wear a lot of pink, but I have them. I like red. I'm getting more into wanting to wear more reds, so I'm happy with that. I really love wearing green. I think that's an underrepresentation. Like I don't have that many green pieces, and yet that is like my favorite thing to wear. So that's something to think about moving forward. I have a couple of purple items, and I also really like wearing purple. I would like to expand wearing purple and green. And I am seeing that I have a lot of this very dark gray, and I actually don't like that color on me that much. When it comes to like a gray, I like more of a mid gray, and I have like one sweater in a mid-tone gray, and I really like wearing that one. But the other ones that are dark gray, I don't wear a lot. So that's something to consider, as well as like so much of my outerwear, I feel like I wear maybe once or twice a season, and then that's it. Which it's nice to have options, I guess, but I just don't think I need that many options, especially because there's like factors I don't like about them. So yeah, I think this is telling me a lot about what I want to be buying moving forward. Like I definitely want to add brown. I want to add more red and green and purple. And yeah, I think I want to be a lot more intentional about my color palette, I guess. Like I find that I buy items that I'm like, oh, this is a great color on me, or it should be a great color on me, rather than like being intentional, like, oh, I love this color, so I want to buy that and put it on my body. There's also a difference between loving a color and loving a color on you. So yeah, I don't know. I think overall I'm not like super satisfied with my wardrobe at this very moment, and maybe I have a little bit of like fashion and style fatigue. But I also think I've been holding on to so many of these pieces, especially because I'm in a low buy year. I'm not buying a lot of new items. I'm not buying a lot of thrifted. I'm just not buying a lot of new clothing pieces to me, whether that be thrifted or new. And so I just feel like a lot of the clothes that I have, I don't really love wearing. I've held on to for a really long time because I was worried that I would have less options if I got rid of them. and I didn't want to have regret about getting rid of them. But I think at this stage, I'm just really ready for like a freshness in my life, and that part of that is going to be getting rid of a lot of things that I've just been holding on to just so that I have an option to wear. A lot of what I do on this channel and for like my creative expression is styling videos, and so I felt that I needed to have a lot of options to be able to achieve different and unique styling videos or outfits. But in my day-to-day, I don't wear a lot of those things that I might style. Yeah, I think I'm just at the point where I'm ready to get rid of some stuff. So I think I will dive into the items I wear often versus rarely in the next video and kind of talk about more of like the decluttering process. I might hold on to some of these things just and put them like in a hidden place and reevaluate them in like 3 months after the weather changes. But I'm pretty confident with like the more summer pieces. I can say that I haven't worn all summer, so it's like, okay, I'm probably not gonna wear those in the future. Okay, phase 1 of the wardrobe audit is done. I'm glad that I took the time to really go through everything to make sure I had everything recorded on my digital wardrobe, which is very low tech. Like, I've used wardrobe apps before, but I've just found that I don't like using them on my phone or a tablet. Like, I definitely prefer on my computer. And so I've just found like taking pictures of the item or finding a very similar picture of the item online, copy pasting into slides works great for me. So yes, I know I have a lot of clothes and I don't need all of these clothes and I don't wear a lot of them. So I'm aware if you're gonna comment that I have too many clothes, I know. I think it's just a matter of like, I've held on to a lot of these clothes throughout my 20s. And I've been trying to be better about not just donating things all the time and instead trying to find homes for them. And so that makes that process a lot more difficult. But at a certain point, it's like I can't just have this stuff clogging up my life. Like, some things will likely just go to the thrift store. Let me know what you think about digitizing wardrobes, having like a wardrobe audit, just having a reference for everything you have. For me, it's very helpful. I don't forget about pieces as much, and I feel like I get more aware of my clothes when I am tracking things like this. If you have any tips for decluttering that have really helped you, please let me know in the comments because I will be doing that shortly. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I make videos every week about fashion, style, thrifting, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, try sticking around. Hope you all have a fabulous day, and I'll see you next week with another video. Tschüss!